Alright, cocksuckers, welcome back to Practicing Portraits, an artwod roadmap, right? Artwod is the best platform in the world to teach you how to draw from imagination. How well? This well. I'm Viggy, I've been drawing for 3 years and 6 months now. Pretty fucking crazy, right? This channel is a repository of my art practice and to demystify the journey to mastery, to greatness, to excellence, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? But essentially, we're just going to completely break down any myth of art being a talent, art not being. So it's just sheer endurance, cognitive endurance, repetition endurance, effort endurance, right? Intentional underpinning all of those, of course, right? Genuinely, artwod teaches you how to draw forms, like actually like simplify forms and manipulate forms, like everything, right? I drew this from memory slash recall. I drew this from imagination. None of this is impressive, but considering the fact that all I know is line form and perspective, and barely at that, I think it's pretty decent. So draw along with me. Get your pen, get your paper, draw along. Let's put some effort in. Come on, draw along, right? Because the effort is the only thing we can control, and it's the only thing I ever give a shit about, and it's the only thing I implore you to give a shit about as well. Because you cannot control the outcome, only how much effort you put into it. I'm just checking what number we're on. 47th rep, right? 47th rep. Anyways, what are we doing? We're doing the artwod portrait roadmap. I think I'm missing some shit from my intro. Gluck, artwod, not affiliated, I'm a dick rider. What else? What other bullshit do I say? Draw with me, please give me money, keep me on the background, revenue, retention. What other stupid shit do I say? Nothing. I mean, every word I say is clearly has some level of low intellect, but yeah, please draw along with me. Genuinely, please draw along with me. Right? I really need the I really need the retention. Very close to 3,000 watch hours, and I actually don't even have a store which I can sell anything in, but that is the first milestone, right? I can start begging for memberships. Or not memberships. What the fuck is it called? YouTube, YouTube butt buddy stickers? The fucking, the money they give you, man. The goddamn money where you can be like, oh, please, like, when you're streaming, somebody can donate. Donations, yes. Yes. Genuine begging, right? But anyways, what are we doing? We're doing the artwod portrait roadmap. We're looking at a portrait, encompassing a box inside of it, putting a sphere inside the box, putting center lines inside the sphere inside the box, putting center lines and diagonal lines, right? I'm visualizing all of this when I say I'm putting, by the way. Like, this is what I'm trying to visualize. This is what I'm trying to visualize. This entire fuckery, right? So box, sphere inside the box, center lines, vertical, horizontal, diagonal on each visible plane, ellipses on each visible plane, center plane inside the box itself, vertical and horizontal, right? And then ellipses inside that, because the ellipses inside the vertical center plane, the horizontal center plane, is the contour of the sphere itself, right? And there's still a lot I don't understand. Like, genuinely, there's a lot I don't understand, but that's why we're going to try to understand it. We are building a mental model that is solid, stable, in which the portrait can lie on. And what is the portrait? Just a bunch of manipulated features. And obviously, artwod fucking teaches all of this, right? They don't even ask you to go this far at all, but I'm min-maxing, right? I'm min-maxing. Again, all this work is 90% of my work. This is like 10%. But because I can do that, I can, this is the direct transferability of it, which is understanding space, understanding calculations, understanding relative proportions, right? Being able to see through forms, being able to memorize complex forms, being able to break down and understand complex forms. It's all based on just your sheer ability to spatially reason, right? Which is why spatial reasoning is the #1 skill you can have. And today I'm always challenging myself, but today I'm doing a side profile portrait, but this woman's face is very interesting. So one thing I've noted, I guess I'll draw on the back because I have space. One thing I've noted is roughly the fact that the eye line, like let's say this is the eye, right? And now let's say the ear's right here. It's roughly like, if we're gonna do a side profile, I've noticed that the eye and the ear is what give you your perspective. So if we're looking at somebody from the bottom, like, and their ears right here, their eyes right here, like, that's basically what gives you the perspective. There's also the nuance, the fact that most people's faces are diagonal, so technically this is the perspective, right? Because if this is our face diagonally, then we need this to be the perspective, right? But this woman, this person I'm looking at, the side profile, right? Her eye line is basically like her ears here and her eyes are here. And it's telling me that her face is tilted upwards, right? But her jaw is angled this way. So it's like, okay, and I'm trying to like conceptualize exactly what the perspective is then, because this tells me that the box is a side profile. It's already a side profile, so there's a lot of foreshortening happening. But more than anything, I'm already thinking, by the way, I'm trying to think and visualize this and trying to make sense of it all. But more than anything right now, I'm just gonna, and by the way, what I mean by visualizing is like, I'm trying to think about the box that this is encompassed in, as well as Yeah, I'm really trying to understand the box this is encompassed in. I'm looking at the portrait reference right now, but I'm genuinely trying to visualize, because visualization, calculating, understanding, that's all the things that I'm building the mental model, right? So I'm trying to visualize the box, I'm trying to visualize the sphere inside the box, right? As well as the center lines. And the center line, the vertical one's definitely way off to the side. And now I'm finally, just for a moment there, I saw the entire sphere of the box and the center lines, like the cross contour this way and this way. I actually saw that just for a second. So, pretty awesome. But I'm going to draw the side plane first. Like, I'm going to draw the side plane, or yeah, the side plane first. And while I'm doing this, like, I want to be very explicit. Like, I'm constantly losing the perspective, right? Like, and everything underneath, these are all obstructions, right? These all get in the fucking way of me visualizing, right? Which is the beautiful part, is the fact that I have to will my brain. I'm building the skill of willing my brain to ignore it. And I'm zoomed out a fuck ton right now, like genuinely a fuck ton. You can see my line suffered because of that. Look at that little extra width that nobody asked for. Girth, I can understand, but width on this day and age, you fucking queer. Come on. Anyways, let's see. So I think the type of box, and I can't tell, like, this is a very hard perspective to break down for me, right? The side plane, because the thing is, like, people's jaws jut upwards, right? Like, they connect, a lot of the times, like, people's jaws connect upwards. Like, if this is just the side of the face, and this is like how the jaw connects, and this is the ear, like, it connects upward, right? So this, being able to calculate this three-dimensionally and be like, oh, well, if this is my box, but then this is calculating, this is a cutout, technically, it's a subtraction, right? You're subtracting diagonally, let's say, like, this much, you know? And it is, what's it called? Like, this is the other equivalent, the even equivalent, right? So there's a lot of, like, there's just calculations occurring, and that is why it's difficult. Like, that's genuinely why it's difficult. So me right now, I'm just trying to figure out exactly what sphere we have here, and it's really hard to think, but I'm pretty sure that vast majority of the perfect circle is on the left side of this plane, and it is foreshortened, right? It is 100% foreshortened. And I do think this is the bottom. I genuinely think this is the bottom of the face, right? I am going to, for the time being, allow it to be, because the thing is, like, this is the side of her face, and from the side of her face, her ears right here, her eyes are right here, whatever, right? Like, her eyes going, like, in this angle, it's, like, very subtle, it's like that, right? Like, that is the, no, not even, what the fuck? It's literally not that. My bad, that's completely wrong. It's this, right? Yeah, so it's this. Her face is kind of tilted up, her ears here, so this is the angle, basically. This is the ear angle, or like this is the perspective that I'm seeing, right? It's like this. Yeah, like something like that, right? Like very, very subtle. So yeah, it is insinuating from what I'm looking at for her that it is the bottom angle, but I just have to figure out what the fuck is going on. Like, do I account for the fact that there's a possible, like, because her face is, like, the front of her face is a diagonal, right? The front of the face is not diagonal, sorry, but it's cut, it is subtracted, yeah, diagonally. Like, if you look at the top of somebody's face, we're curved, right? And if for somebody who has a more cut face, it's technically, if we're just trying to make it, like, very geometric for the time being, it's like this, right? And then, you know, like, it goes inward, it cuts inward, it's like that. Like, that is, like, it's like the mask, right? It's curved, but the point is, like, it's not, the perspective that we see is this, or that we're trying to calculate is this, right? So that has to account for that nuance. I don't know how much anybody can see this. I swear the quality of my videos have gotten worse because I've been reducing the file size by exporting it from iMovie as a media file, as a social media file, because that doesn't produce as many errors, but yeah, anyways, like, I'm really trying to think right now, but also I can't visualize anything really, because I haven't really figured out the perspective of this yet, right? So keyword being yet, operative word always being yet, but I'm just going to assume that we're gonna account for the cutout, because if her ear is like this, then we will move it. Oh, this is really hurting my brain. This is amazing. This is really amazing. This is genuinely hurting my brain. But let me at least try to get this side of the plane first and get it accurately, because her face is tilted up. I'm pretty sure her face is tilted up. Yo, fam, you got me tilted right now. I don't know. It's like Toronto man waste slang. I don't fuck waste man slang, Toronto slang. What the fuck am I saying? I don't know. But Dude, this is really hard to understand. This perspective, this is amazing. This is genuinely fucking my brain. Alright, I'm just sticking a giant dick through my ear, but... And that's how you learn, by the way. That's actually neuroplasticity. It's just a giant dick inside your ear canal, right? And I'm so used to doing like the bottom perspectives that are way more pronounced like this, that something as subtle as just this is really fucking with me. And it's wrong. It's still wrong. So I need to really think about this. I'm really trying to analyze her face and to understand what the fuck I'm looking at. Because it is a side profile. And it feels as if this is foreshortened. I actually feel like... Yeah, I feel like what I'm seeing is her ear is actually the horizon line. I believe, yeah. So actually it might be something like this. I could be wrong. And I'm okay with being wrong. That's completely fine by me. Let's see. It's something like this. Very subtle. Oh, see, that line was a fuck up. And right now, like, my ability to conceptualize a sphere is going to be very poor. Like, it's going to be very poor, and that's okay, right? Because we're trying to understand what the fuck we're seeing, right? So if I'm barely starting to understand what I'm seeing, I cannot expect myself to understand and to be able to visualize everything to the degree that I want to. So this actually horizontal plane is just completely flat, and then the vertical plane is, I see, okay. I think I'm starting to understand it, and I still need the perfect sphere inside this. This is gonna be really fun to form wrap around because I've actually haven't drawn in this perspective. That was a mistake. See, this line should have been a lot more converged. But it's okay. I was super zoomed in on that line as well. But this is unique, right? Like, this is something that I actually need to understand. And I think I got the perspective. I think. I'm not going to say with any sort of confidence that I do, but I'm still trying to really visualize the center lines. Oh, see, those lines really suffered because I'm trying to zoom out and look at the entire thing. This is not a perfect sphere, of course. I don't think I have a perfect circle inside this. Maybe I do, actually. Actually, it might be a bit wide, right? But... And we need to... Yeah, I definitely don't think I got the perspective completely right. Because this is the ear. And this is probably supposed to be more, I don't know, bro, more converged. I'm really trying to visualize everything right now, right? Especially right now, like, I'm definitely seeing the cross sections. I'm seeing the cross section, diagonal, horizontal, vertical, right? This actually makes it a bit easier because I only have two planes to consider, but it's more difficult because it's kind of like, it's easy in the sense that there's less to calculate, but it's more difficult in the sense that because it's unfamiliar, that doesn't mean that there isn't work to be understood still, right? Like, that doesn't mean that I can just easily not visualize and not calculate because it's new and I have not practiced it. And that's the point, right? As long as it's new and I have not practiced it, I have not built the ability to understand it, right? And that is how it works. You know, it doesn't matter if something is easy or if it's difficult or whatever the fuck. If you have not practiced it, you do not understand. And I think that's something a lot of beginners in general don't really understand at all, or just people who practice anything is, dude, the amount of, oh my god, the fucking, like, okay, I actually have an example for this, and I'm really trying to visualize the sphere inside of this, by the way. I'm really trying to understand the form wrapping of it all. It's because, like, this center plane is still right here. Like, this is the ellipse. The center plane's ellipse, it's like that, right? And then this one's just completely flat, you know? And then that's when we have something like this, right? Like, that is that's the contour, or that is like the cross section of the sphere right now. But I have an example for this. I'm trying to think, and while I'm thinking of this example, I'm still constantly trying to visualize this to the best of my ability, right? But basically, I keep seeing, like, on Broken Draw's stream, and there's another YouTuber that, he's not a new artist by any means, but he's just started a YouTube channel, Xyphid, 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 right? Yeah, Xyphid. And by the way, like, I'm trying to visualize everything right now, and I'm trying to zoom out while I make these marks. He basically, like, he was streaming today, and all you see in the comments are people being like, oh no, this was on Proko's latest video with Peter Han being like how to do head construction, right? And by the way, like while I'm talking, I'm thinking, I'm really trying to visualize everything, right? Let me get the nose. If I get the nose, it should be a lot easier. So, well, actually, let me get this eye first. I think I made this. This should have been the front plane should have been a bit larger, probably around here. Yeah, and that this should have been kept the same, or this should have been the side plane perhaps should have been a little bit smaller. Right? Shoulda, woulda, coulda. I don't fucking understand what the fuck I'm doing, right? But let's see. And while I'm drawing this, I'm really struggling to hold the entire visualization. This is technically an easier day, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna struggle, right? Because this is still very difficult, and this is where my mental model needs to be able to adapt and to understand. Well, dude, it's definitely easier for me to visualize the entire sphere when there's only two fucking visible planes. It's hilarious. It's actually easier for me to visualize. Right? This is how you know my mental model's been a fucking struggle, and it's actually been really pushing my abilities, because like this is, trust me, this is still difficult because it's different, right? Like this is still very difficult in terms of like me getting the actual perspective understood, but in terms of actually visualizing everything that needs to be visualized, like I can actually zoom out, like I can zoom in and draw these features, and still it is not taking as much mental energy for me to also zoom out and to see like the entirety of the sphere and the box and all that shit, right? Like on all the different calculations, because there's only two fucking planes. There's only two planes. That makes it's like it's hilariously easy with only two planes, right? So there you go. There's that, and then we don't see the other eye at all. It's just, and this is how you know like her face is super lean, because it's just fucking eyelashes, right? Yeah, something like that. I don't fucking know, bro. And then we have the side, and again, like I say it's easier, but it's not easy. I should obviously be very clear with that. It's not easy. It's just a lot easier. Now this is the part that's confusing me in regards to I thought the ear was straight. I think I got the angle wrong. Yeah, this is, what am I saying? Actually, we see this can't be a box where it's only foreshortened like this. This is actually incorrect, because the angle of her ear from her eye, because I completely missed that, right? The angle of her eye, let's say, is this, to her ear is like this. So that means we are definitely seeing the bottom plane, even if her jaw is completely negating that, right? Even if her jaw is completely negating it. Yeah, this is not fucking, oh my god, I was wrong. That's amazing. That's actually amazing. I was completely wrong. We're still gonna finish it, and we're still gonna just pretend as if I wasn't wrong. At least like in terms of the drawing, right? Because it might as well just like get it done. But in terms of like just finishing it properly and still visualizing what I need to visualize and still understanding what I need to understand. But yeah, like this is actually completely inaccurate in terms of the perspective. But I am learning a lot in terms of the form, right? Again, like this is just about me getting proportional accuracy down and the feature placement. This is not about me being able to draw a face incredibly well. I'm making her chin way too fucking big, bro. This is a woman, not a goddamn crimson chin here, right? And I keep going back and forth between the perspective and the actual visualization itself. And now, like, yeah, like now I'm definitely struggling with understanding and like visualizing everything, because I'm super zoomed in on the feature, so I haven't been able to actually look at the yeah, I fucking, dude, this is not a woman. I made her chin way look how fucking retarded. I mean, she does have a very strong chin, I will say, but still not accurate. But I hope you can see, like, at the very least, that there's still intent to be had with the perspective, right? Like there's still, and again, like I don't know what I'm doing in terms of features or anything, but this is just to show that, hey, like there's still a lot of and you'll see like the hair is actually like this, it's a little bit of poof, it's a poof on the actual sphere, because their actual skull is like this. Oh fuck, it's like this, right? yeah, like that's her actual skull, so that's sphere. But then her hair obviously has volume. I'm not drawing it well. Like this isn't about the accuracy or like how well I can draw a face. It's just I definitely fucked up the chin. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, and I put her jaw way too out. Her jaw is supposed to be more there. See, that already makes it look better. And definitely like the features and the lines. Ignore all of that. Ignore all of that. But the main thing is I was trying to visualize this. Right, I was trying to understand this. So now I'm actually going to be drawing the wraparound in the correct perspective, right? So it's going to be more difficult because I won't even have this as a reference, right? And this, let's see, this is the vertical, horizontal, the vertical plane that this is what the contour of this sphere would have been like, right? But it's different now, so. And the horizontal one is just a straight line. Like you don't see it. Like that's actually wrong because it's literally a straight line. I'm just saying it's so thin that it's not even this. It's not even that subtle. I think the actual one is that subtle of the actual reference. But I'm gonna rest my brain, and then we're gonna really fucking. I mean, I ended up doing the wrong thing, right? So this actually kind of went by a lot faster. This box, but now we're gonna really take our time and grind our brain and to actually visualize the correct box, the correct sphere, the correct perspective, and then to form wrap around it as a stress test, right? But yeah, let me rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. I actually feel very odd right now because this was a lot easier than I expected. Therefore, my brain's like, why aren't you just dying and struggling right now, bro? Like, why aren't you just constantly not being able to understand what you're doing? So now I need to really, I need to get my brain back to the state that it's always in, which is the extremely difficult state, right? Which is what I crave, and which is what I believe anybody can train themselves to crave as well. It's sheer discomfort. Anyways, let me actually analyze her now, and okay, so this is the box, I believe. Let me put it over here, like this. And I could be wrong, by the way. Let's not forget that I could 100% be wrong. But I think this is the box. Oh, wait, no. That's wrong already. This, it's like, okay, when you get her eye line down. Oh, that's wrong too. Jesus Christ. So it's this. It's this. There you go. Ah, yes. It's this. It's, because this is the ear, right? This is the ear to eye connection. This is what's happening. This is correct. It's this. There you go. Right, and then now this is where I need to visualize the sphere. Obviously, that's not a good sphere, or a perfect circle, but this is where I need to visualize it, right? And you see already, like, I have that problem of just jutting the sphere a bit too much at the bottom, so the curve obviously needs to be around there. And then, yeah, but this is the box that we're seeing, right? Again, this is not a good box. I want to be very clear. I'm just trying to make the point that that's a perspective. That is the general perspective that we're seeing. And that is still incredibly difficult to figure out. And that makes the center line even more demanding. Okay, so I really have to visualize the fuck out of this. Oof. Okay, so I obviously lost my point what I was saying on the Proco video, on a Sufid stream, whatever. But the point is, everybody, like, the video is like how to draw portraits, and somebody's like, and on Sufid's stream too, so he's like, oh yeah, I was just drawing this thing. And the point I'm trying to make is, like, beginners always ask the same retarded questions, right? And I don't blame you, because you're a beginner, you're retarded. I was retarded too. It's fine, okay? But the answer 9.99999 out of 10 times is do more, focus more, and analyze more, and then rinse and repeat. Okay, well, so what do I mean? It's like a beginner will be like, by the way, while I'm talking, I'm already thinking, right? But a beginner will be like, how do I, my figures, what was one question? Some guy was just like, my figure, or some girl was like, my figure was, like, oh, I have trouble getting the proportions right. Like, how do I apply the mannequin to the reference pictures, right? And like, I really struggle with it. And I'm just thinking in my mind, like, if you struggle with it, you need to do 100 more. You need to do 500 more. Like, what the fuck do you think the answer is? Do you think it's like, what could the answer possibly be? And this is just to anybody learning anything. This is the answer for me as well, right? Even for me right now, I wonder why I'm not getting this. Because you haven't fucking done it enough, dipshit. All right, you haven't focused enough. You haven't tried to figure it out enough, right? And it's just a byproduct of effort and time, you know. And and the thing is, like, this question, what this question underlines is the fact that everybody just wants a quick, easy way. You just all want a quick, easy way to be like, oh, so if I do this one thing, then I really get it now. I'm gonna be able to bypass all the effort and work. No, it's just not how it works. There's no such thing as bypassing effort and work. There's only building shitty foundations because you tried to bypass something you couldn't, or just taking a step back, being like, let me put my ego in the trash. So I just need to focus more, do more, and to define more, hundreds, right, thousands, lifetimes worth, right, to understand this thing, right? Therefore, you increase your standard for what understanding is. Bars. Also, just really odd rhyme. I don't really think it's a rhyme, but anyways, like, while I'm talking, I'm thinking, but I'm really struggling to see this right now. But overall, I'm starting to understand roughly the box that this is in, right? So this is the box. Oh, sorry, this is the sphere. I'm trying to think about the sphere. I'm trying to think about the yeah, that is the perspective. That is definitely way more of the perspective than. I'm trying to think, because if her ear is angled like this, right? What is the, and because I need to like figure out what the diagonal is. So I want to get the okay, that's wrong too. It's tilted upwards. It's like that. No, that's wrong too. Oh, I love this. It's like this. There you go. It's like that, and then it's her ears tilted down like that, right? Maybe a little bit less subtle. So what does that mean? Because then her face, the bottom of her face is also like this, right? But then her jaw's jutting up like this, right? So that means that this is a side profile as well. So could that mean the box is like that? No, is it like this? Dude, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to assume that the side of her face, like, we're just gonna use the side of her face, like the box that the side of her face is in, or what's it called, like the connection between the ear and her eye, to be the perspective. Because right now, already trying to like, I'm trying to figure it out. Trust me, I'm really trying to understand it, but because it's a side profile, we actually have no idea how much of an angle the side of her face is, like, in relation to the actual box itself, right? We don't know how much this is jutting, or like what the angle of this is compared to like this top plane. Like, we don't know. We just don't know, right? So I'm just gonna have to presume for the time being that this is the angle, and this is a very awkward angle. Like, I have not drawn in this angle really ever, right? It's literally this. It's this, and then this. That's very subtle, but either way, yeah, just gonna keep trying. But as I was saying, yeah, like, the answer is always fucking do more with more intent, with more effort, until you feel as if you have figured it out a shit ton more. Like, what a fucking shock, right? Like, there's no secret. Like, yes, you may get advice to be like, hey, focus on this thing, make sure to keep this in mind. That can all be very helpful. Of course, there can be specific phrases, nuances, not nuances, but phrases that are nuanced and sentenced in a way that are explained to you in a manner where you're like, ah, yes, okay, like that, I get that, like, that does help. But apart from that, apart from just having a bit of a framing on the work you need to be doing, or that you can be doing, you should be doing, right? That you need to be diving into. There's no fucking other thing, you know? And that's, like, it's just funny to me, bro, because I was the exact same. It's just, I wanted a quick hack. I wanted a quick fix. The quick fix is the hard, slow, arduous path. That is literally the quick fix, because there is no quick fix, you know? The fast way, the shortcut, is the long road. I want to say that again. The shortcut is the long road. And right now my brain's really struggling to visualize this sphere inside this box. But just a heads up, by the way, I've been trying to calculate for the past fucking 5 minutes. And it's been really difficult because I'm literally talking while I'm trying to do this, but I'm trying to really fucking zone in. I haven't been in as nearly as much discomfort as I would like to be. So yeah, I mean, that's just my own thing. And I just looked at the portrait right now to really like, try to understand it a bit better. But yeah, like, this is a very difficult box, and that's why I'm trying to zoom out, because these fucking drawings in the background are obstructions. So I'm trying to zoom out and try to understand, right, like, the form wraparound and everything, right? And I'm really zoomed out right now, and there you go. That's a little bit better, right? That's a little bit better. This is my center that I've essentially created. So now that I've created that as my center, I have a duty to visualize, because this is a huge stress test of my schema, right? In terms of, like, just, I've never been constructed in this angle before to any degree of proficiency, right? So I have to be able to see my entire sphere, right? And I should have put this higher up because now my sphere, my proportion, my placement, or my placement at the very least is gonna be lower. It's gonna be down here, right? But I really need to understand this, right? Because this is super, super different than anything I've done. And this already like is very difficult. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to visualize like the plane and understand that it's relatively foreshortened, and then this is my like this is my box, right? So like this is my plane. Or like that's my bottom plane. But again, I need to visualize and zoom out and see the entire thing, right? So very difficult. I don't really understand. I'm trying to really think about the center contour that's in that center plane, right? Like that I've been struggling with quite a bit, right? Quite a bit. I've been struggling with this. And it's very subtle. I love this. I love this. It's so fucking subtle, right? And I honestly could be wrong. Like I've been reanalyzing this woman's fucking perspective for who knows how long now, right? I've been like, oh, how many times? Like dozens of times I've reanalyzed it, but I still don't know if I understand it yet, right? So I'm just constantly trying to zoom out. I'm thinking about the sphere. I'm thinking about the box, right? I'm really trying to think about the box. Obviously, we see much more of the side of her face than the front of her face, right? And then I'm also trying to think about the center line, the cross contour, right? Everything. Like I'm fucking, dude, I'm actually, holy shit. For a second right now, you need to know this. I just saw it. I saw the entire schema, like this entire fuckery, plus like the center plane and the center line, and the ellipses inside the vertical and horizontal center plane. Just for a second, I really saw it, and that's because, okay, even now, like I'm actually starting to see it a little bit. I'm concentrating. Oh, holy shit, bro, I'm gonna nut. This is fucking amazing. But like, I still need to understand the depth, because you know what my mind's doing? My mind is putting this schema as the wraparound. Like it's putting the perspective on this wraparound rather than understanding that there's depth. Like it goes this back and then this back again and then further back there. So I need to obviously take that understanding and just hold it but further back. And while I do this, I'm going to start to try to... Oh, this is so difficult. Oh my god. Okay, see, I'm zoomed in when I made that line. Dude, I love this. This is what I needed. This is literally what I fucking needed. And all these drawings in the backgrounds are obstructions. There you go. Now I'm really, really in the fucking midst of it, right? We're in the fucking thick of it now. Ooh, we boys, we're fucking trying now. We're trying so hard now, right? And again, like this is already incorrect. This curve. Why is it incorrect? Because it's not following the perspective. But like that, this is really wrong, but it's okay. Let's see. See, like, I can't see anything. I literally cannot see anything. And obviously, I fucked up this center line so badly, or this, like, ellipse behind it so badly, right? But there may be a way to salvage it. Not really. That wasn't really any sort of salvaging occurring, right? But, and I'm zoomed in right now, so I'm gonna rest my brain. That was amazing. See, that's the discomfort that I'm telling all of you, beginners or otherwise, right? I highly doubt people better than me are watching me, but either way, like, if you are, hey, here's a reminder. The best thing we can keep doing is keep trying, right? So that was amazing. That level of discomfort, and I need to keep zooming out. So I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well, and then we're gonna get back at it. Get back at it. So I think even to be more explicit, I should make it very clear how little I see all the fucking time. Like all the time. Like I think right now I'm zoomed in, I don't see the box. Okay? Right now I'm zoomed in, I don't see the box. I actually got the angle completely wrong too, right? Because it's a bit more upturned. Right, yeah, it's a bit more upturned, so that's a little bit better. But I don't see the box. I'm completely zoomed in on this, so I'm trying to zoom out now. I'm trying to zoom out, I'm trying to see the box, I'm trying to see the sphere inside the box, I'm trying to make sure this center line is accurately placed, right? I'm trying to make sure that the foreshortening here is at least relatively accurate. I'm trying to see the form wrapping through. But the thing is, again, I'm making the mistake where I'm making the sphere to be this, like to be attached to this perspective. But there's nuance, there's depth. I have to understand that it's actually what the fuck? An additional layer, right? This is one layer. This is another depth. And then we have the sphere, right? So constantly, like, I'm really trying to grind my brain. I'm really trying to understand, right? And This is, of course, like all the perspective issues I've been making, right? Because this needs to be aligned this way, and the sphere needs to be, again, the box that's wrapped around that. The sphere in and of itself is incorrect because you can see it's a wider degree than this one, which is a narrower degree, right? And now I just lost the entire box again, so I need to keep bless me. I need to keep zooming out. Right? So I want to make it very clear. Like, I don't see the box right now, and I'm really trying. I don't see the sphere. I'm trying to really think about the center plane. Trying to really think about the center plane, but my mind keeps making the center plane like this, like in this angle, right? And that's completely wrong because it's extreme subtlety. It's like this, right? This is the horizontal center plane, and then this one is the vertical center plane, and then I need to put the ellipses inside of them, right? So, and again, while I'm trying to do that, because this is a new this interleaving, right? This is a new which is just changing like the direction, like changing the focus of the thing, the holistic thing you're studying, which is for me the thing that I'm changing the focus on, which this actually helps improve learning, right? It constantly tests your knowledge, is the fact that do I know how to create this schema, right, in this perspective and wrap a form around it, which is a stress test of the stability of that schema. The answer is fuck no. So this is why this is actually this. That's why this is even more difficult, right? But more than anything, right now I just need to think about, let's see, like I can't think about anything. I'm so zoomed in right now, so I need to keep zooming out, keep ignore all the obstructions in the background, keep trying to understand. Dude, my mind is like, it's broken. It's so broken, guys. I'm so damaged. It's like it's genuinely cannot understand this at all, but I need to keep thinking about the fact that my center is here. Like, this is where the center of my actual box is. I need to zoom out again because I need to understand that's my center. I need to understand that this is the size of my box. I need to understand that this is a very subtle foreshortening, right? Let's see. And now we need to think about let's see, this like right there's it's a very subtle, very subtle, like the center plane, the horizontal center plane, right? And the horizontal plane in general is like, I can't think about that right now. I'm genuinely trying so hard. I don't see it. I barely see the sphere. By the way, I barely see the sphere, but I'm trying to see everything. Like, I'm trying to see everything. And this is why ghosting helps quite a bit, because it's about understanding how it wraps around. So now I have to make a choice, which is to wrap it around, right? I have to make sure my lines are very clean to the best of my ability, of course. So let's just do it. Let's try to understand to the best of our ability. Actually, I'll start with this one, because this is what's going to be my wraparound, right? So this is where my box is. This is where my sphere, this is where my box is. This is the center line, right? I'm trying to ensure that the stability of what I'm seeing is underneath this wrapping, right? Like, the schema exists underneath the wrapping. And this is very difficult because, again, I have not drawn in this perspective before. So I need to keep thinking about the sphere, keep thinking about the fact that it's like the form wraparound as well as the ellipse inside of it, right, is wrapping ellipse inside the main schema in of itself. And it's off center, by the way, don't forget. Like, if this is my center, this is actually what I have to focus on, these, like, and what's visible is this right now, right? So that's slightly different, you know. That has if this one's coming slightly out, it has to follow this very subtle curve of the sphere itself, right? And now, like, I was thinking about that just now. I was literally thinking about that just now, but again, I'm constantly trying to zoom out. I'm just trying to make a huge point in general that, like, there's a fuck ton of shit to think about, especially because this is a completely new angle for me. And you see how, like, I stopped this here, but that's wrong because the plane's much wider. It goes all the way here, right? And then that's where my center is, because my center is right here. So I need to keep that in mind. And then this curve at the bottom follows that subtlety, right? So lots to think about. It's beautiful. It's genuinely beautiful. And then again, I lost the center line again. I keep losing the center line. And then I got the wrong angle too. I keep thinking this is the angle for the vertical or the horizontal front plane, right? It's not this, it's this, right? And I may have not, that sounds like a fucking GPT generated prompt. You're not X, it's Y. What the fuck? My lights just flickered. But I'm really fucking trying. I'm really trying to see this. And this is amazing. Like, I'm zoomed in a little bit on this, so I need to keep zooming out, right? And then now we just need to commit to the line. Because once I commit to the line, it will be a mistake. I guarantee it's going to be a mistake. But we need to just make that mistake so we can analyze appropriately, right? There you go. And I did my best to try to make sure that the size of the schema was, again, underneath, right? It's the nuance. It's like it's underneath this depth. This is depth, right? So, and let's see. We'll do the same thing with this. Okay, so like I fucked it up a little bit there because I made it a bit too like I didn't attach it properly. As you can see, like there's that little bit of millimeter difference, right? But overall, this isn't bad. And again, like every time I draw these lines, I need to keep re-evaluating it against the box and the sphere that I hold in my mind, right? Like same with this. This is stopping right there because this is my center, right? But this is the box. Like this is the main box, and then there's a larger box framed like in terms of like this much depth and this much depth and this much depth going this way and then this much depth going that way, right? Same unit, let's say, same like arbitrary, like same little measurement, right? And that's wrapped around. So I have to basically envision two of these schemas at the same time, right? Which is fucking amazing. And at least like that's the way I see it right now. Again, I will update my understanding, my approach as I continue. But right now, at the end of the day, it's just envisioning as much as I possibly can, right? And I'm not connected to the internet. Well, good thing my recording doesn't rely on my fucking internet. Wonderful, right? I guess my internet just went to shit. If the lights turn off, bro, that'd be fucking horrendous because I'm in the middle of recording. That would suck, right? I hope that doesn't happen. We do have some rain happening right now, which might fuck with things. But anyways, I need to take a step back, actually. I need to take a step back. What I did just there is just took a step back so I can come back now more refreshed and like envision and visualize the entire perspective again, because I need to keep seeing the center. I need to keep seeing the center, like especially down, which is down here, right? And then be able to see the diagonals, which is coming down here is the box, and then this is the other side, right? Like this is the bottom, and then being able to be like, okay, well, if that's the center and that's the box here, I project it outwards, and this is where it is here, I think. And then now we create. And I know technically you could be like, bro, why don't you just follow the angle of the curve in the bottom? But following the angle of the curve in the bottom versus understanding the actual 3D space that each line represents are two completely different things, right? Two completely different things. Because I cannot speak. But either way, this is my sphere, right? This is my sphere. And now I need to think about this bottom one, right? Which is actually very, very, this is a very pronounced horizontal or vertical contour, right? And that again is based on the box, right? It's based on this, right? So I need to, and that's the thing, like the fucking sphere or anything, it's like if this is a sphere, it's just infinite. It's just fucking infinite boxes, infinite planes getting smaller and larger and all that shit. It's just infinite. It's a good thing I put that there. I almost drew over it or whatever the fuck. Or like didn't allow space for, dude, I can't think right now. Shut the fuck up. But anyways, let's see. And then we need to think about the sphere, right? So we need a perfect sphere. And I'm trying, and while I do this, I completely lost the box, by the way. I want to be very clear. I keep losing everything multiple times. Multiple times. I keep losing it, right? And it's just the act of trying not to lose it. I'm trying not to lose it, man, while I do this, right? And that in and of itself is very difficult, right? Because it's just fucking difficult. I don't know what else to tell you. God damn it, it's just, there you go. And now I think we have a decent sphere, right? And I just need to again think about the contour, right? Think about the fact that it's wrapping over. I did fuck this up a decent amount. Like the contour isn't the best, but I'm really constantly trying to like understand the planes. Like it's going like this, right? This is the plane, it's wrapping around, and then there's something larger, which is the wraparound itself, right? And that's a box, right? That's wrapping around. So like constantly trying to think about that to the best of my ability. And right now, I did not do this well, actually, because you see that it's not as foreshortened anymore. I actually fucked that up completely, right? So this should have been larger, or this should have been smaller. This obviously I should have drawn a lot smaller, but now we made the box a lot larger. Now we see more of the front plane. Mistakes have been made, right? And this is why I'm really glad, actually, that this took a bit less time today. Not because I didn't want to think, but because I had more time to spend on this really difficult angle, right? And I'm gonna keep looking for these extremely difficult angles. I wasn't thinking when I made that line, so that's a mistake, right? I have to be thinking at all times, literally at all times. So now this completely changes the box that I drew. Like this completely changes the box that I drew, right? And I have to be aware of that. And then again, like trying to think about how like this center. Let's see. Trying to think about the the center, the vertical plane, right? And this is, I love this. This is, bro, like I live for this fucking extreme discomfort. Like I genuinely live for this. Because let's see, it's like that. It's contouring that way, right? So we got something like that. Not good, by the way. It's a bit too much curve at the top. I want to be very clear. But way too much curve at the top. But still, like the fact that I can slowly start to envision this stuff. And again, this is my sphere. This is my box. I keep missing the box, right? So I just need to constantly keep thinking about the box, right? That's where my perfect sphere is. I'm losing it all, by the way. Like I don't really see anything, but I'm really trying to understand the wraparound logic, right? Which is all based on my schema. This is amazing. I fucking love this. I have no other words to say apart from I'm just nutting, just jizzing my goddamn butt right now, right? Some might even prefer the word anus. I would prefer anal, but unfortunately my girlfriend isn't into pegging. She's gonna listen to this fucking like 8 years from now because she's still behind and be like, no, how dare you say that, bro? I tried pegging you yesterday, you ran away. It's true, I ran away. I'm a bit of a runner, aren't I? But anyways, anyways, fucking Jesus Christ. Let me try to think about the overall box, right? Think about the box, think about the perfect sphere, thinking about the contour lines. What am I actually thinking about when I'm thinking about these contour lines? I'm thinking about the fact that there's a plane, right, in this specific part of the sphere, right? And like it's slightly smaller than this one, which is the center one, right? Which is then the same ones reflected backwards, like here, right? Because this is the sphere, right? Like it's all relative to the space that it resides in, you know. And I'm just trying to think about like what the overall size, because this is my sphere, right? This is my sphere. It needs to be a little bit larger. Let's see. Let me just try this now. And obviously I need to think about the fact that it needs to be centered as well, right? So I can't have it be too curved, because I made mistakes before where I curve it a bit too much, or like I make the curve too pronounced, and then that results in a lack of let's see, actually, like before I do that, why don't I'm a bit zoomed in right now, so I need to zoom out while I draw this. Obviously I'm super zoomed out, you can see my lines suffered, but I did try to think about the overall wraparound, right? And that's why we can have it be a bit more subtle, because again, let's see, it's coming up here, right? And then it's funny, I'm very certain that vast majority of you, or anybody like who kind of just chances upon this, will not even understand what the fuck the point of all of this is. But oh, that's wrong. That's way too subtle. That's way too subtle, right? Because but again, like the perspective did change, right? Like I did end up changing the perspective without meaning to quite drastically, but I'm zoomed in right now, but I need to zoom out while I think about this. The point is to like always at least try to zoom out in the sense that like, you try to calculate the entirety of the thing. And you can see like it's just a reflection of the fact that these are the perspectives that I'm comfortable with, because this looks like this now. Like this is basically the box, right? Like this is basically what I ended up creating, you know, like in terms of like how much space each plane I've given, rather than of course these foreshortened version, right? So it's just a reflection of my lack of knowledge and my lack of practice within that oh, see, I made this too large because now this sphere is actually a bit too it's a bit too tall, right? It's a bit too tall. Yeah, see, I made this a bit too large, so that's on me. And again, like I keep losing the perspective. I keep losing it. I keep thinking the bottom plane's like this angle rather than this angle, right? So these are all opportunities, and I can't see anything right now, by the way. I literally cannot see anything. But these are all opportunities for my brain and for me to take a step back and try to like really see the schema, right? To really understand what the fuck I'm drawing, you know? And again, like this is a plane. This is an additional plane. So I have to make sure it's curving along these invisible lines accordingly. It's all invisible lines, by the way, and you have the ability to build this. I want to be very clear. This isn't particular to me or anybody. This is just a skill. This is just a very difficult skill, right? Like genuinely, that's all it is. And I say that's all obviously in quote marks, but like that should actually make it a bit easier for you. And by the way, like I'm constantly trying to think about how it wraps around the center line, everything, right? But it is genuinely just a skill, right? Like it is not a God-given gift. It is not something that you need to be super special to work on. Clearly, there's nothing fucking special about me apart from my mental health, right? Apart from that, retardation, which is me, there's not really anything special about the skill, right? In fact, it should actually be even more relatively, and again, I can't think right now, I have nothing to think about, and I didn't wrap this around properly. Oof, that was very difficult, and I fucked it up, which is amazing, right? And yeah, like a lot of people won't understand the technical nature of what I'm doing, right? Which is why, what the fuck am I, white guy? Am I a fucking like white man from the 1800s? Which is why you need to. This is why I'm gonna draw this now, because it should give things a bit more clarity, right? And this is my center, so if that's my center, see, like I did make it too tall. Yeah, this is my center. Now you might be wondering, how the fuck does he know that's a center? Well, like, again, I've been slowly working on understanding depth and nuance, right? So that's my center right there. So this is my box right here. And you can see, like, I've actually made the box smaller. And that's just because I don't see yet. I don't have the ability to, yet, especially in this new angle, which is a schema that's being tested, to, and you can already see, like, I really fucked up the, yeah, I really fucked up the sizing. And this could be wrong too, by the way, but I'm saying, like, this is what I'm trying to envision, right? Like, it's very possible that this is wrong. It's almost guaranteed that this is wrong, right? But you can see, like, I fucked up the perspective, but this is basically what I'm trying to see, right? And actually, this, thankfully, it needs to be a lot larger. So yeah, there you go, because then that's the center. Now you might be like, what do you mean by center? Well, I was trying to visualize this the entire time, right? This is the technicality of what I'm saying, by the way. Like, this is what I'm about to like wireframe for you right now is what I'm trying to make like the basis of the sphere, and then everything, these other things are wrapping around it. Like, this is it's its own perspective, right? Like, this is its own perspective, and then there's a fucking ellipse going around it, which is why I need to constantly be able to see through, right? But this is basically what I was trying to see at all times, right? And then obviously I still struggle with drawing a perfect sphere, Jesus Christ, or like visualizing a perfect sphere inside the box in of itself, right? And then obviously, like, I'm trying to think about the center over here, the center plane that's going through, and then this, and then like the nuance is the fact that like it's not the center plane going through, it's the fact that I have to think about it slightly below and slightly above, like it's slightly misaligned to the left or to the bottom or to the top, whatever perspective we're doing it at, right? Yeah, so there's a lot, and then obviously I'm trying to, I say obviously, I know it's not obvious, but I'm saying like this is basically what I'm constantly trying to understand. And I got it in the wrong angle, by the way. I was trying to have it in the right angle, but this is the center ellipse, right? This is the, that was a vertical center ellipse, it's the horizontal center ellipse, right? Trying to see this as well, as much as I can. I don't really see this when I'm doing these wraparounds because it's super difficult, by the way. But yeah, like the point is I'm trying to see it, right? Like I'm trying to make an effort to see it, right? That's the technicality of it all. Oh shit, it's already been 52 minutes. Well, I want to do this one more time, so this is going to be a bit of an extended video. Yay, everybody loves it when fucking my practices go for longer, right? Because you all draw long, right? You guys all draw long. But what else am I trying to see? Oh yeah, and then I'm trying to see the wraparound in and of itself, like this logic, right? This logic, this is a box, this is a fucking another box that's inside, that's behind, and then this has depth as well, and then this is a box that's cut out, right? And it's following this perspective, right? And then the other side is the same thing. And the biggest thing right now is I clearly make the other side a bit too large, right? And my spheres need a lot of work, but yeah, like that's literally the depth of which I'm trying to analyze and understand things. And I couldn't see anything, so I'm gonna rest my brain and then we're gonna continue onwards. And I got a fucking burp inside of me that's just waiting to come out. But hold up, let me try. I'm gonna try. Everybody, give me a hat. Everybody, give me a hashtag Biggie fam. Hashtag Biggie fam. That was forced. That wasn't the actual burp. God damn it. You could tell that was so weak. Weak sauce, as the youngins say. No, that's also not it. Whatever. But I don't know if I was able to explain what I was thinking properly, and I probably went on completely lost my tangents, or completely went on tangents and then lost them as I was going on them. But yeah, you know, it's beautiful actually in the sense that, like, even with zero, like, with my mental model not being acclimated to this perspective, right? The fact that I was still able to kind of problem solve, I think, is a testament to just, um, like, the fact that I am getting slightly better at the very least. This is me sucking my own dick, perhaps, perhaps. But I still don't know what this perspective is. I'm not gonna lie. This is, it's fucking with me. Okay, I think I actually do know what the perspective is. Is this? I'm pretty. I'm pretty sure the box is literally this. It's like this, right? It's subtle, and then it goes up. Like, is that the box? Wow, what a fucking horrible box I drew. But let's try again. Is it this? Because I'm trying to think, right? I feel like I have a general idea, but my general idea is clearly shit. So I think it's this. It's this, and then it is this, and then the face goes up, and it's like that, right? It's just so difficult to figure out because her chin literally fucking tells me to go fuck myself. Like, just being able to ignore the angle of that chin and to be like, ah, yes, like, no, this is the sphere that it's encompassed in, right? Like, 100%. You know, that is very difficult. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I just don't know, to be honest. Like, I literally just don't know if it is this or if it's this or like what the foreshortened version of this was supposed to be, right? Like, I actually don't know anymore. I'm extremely confused. Let me try to analyze it one more time and then I'll try to draw the sphere. I'm really trying to figure this out. Okay, so one thing for sure is is it this? Hold up. I think it's this. I'll say this every time and then I'll get it wrong, but this is actually supposed to be much more pronounced, or not much more, but more pronounced. I think it's this. Because, like, we obviously got to think about the horizon line that it's attached to, and honestly, it's so intuitive now that, funny enough, it's kind of like a detriment that I don't even get to think about it as much as I want to. Because it's just infused into my brain. It's been crystallized. It's been fucking... What other words can we use for this? Right? Whatever those words are. it's intuitive. Neuroplasticity has done its job. Right? That just doesn't look right. Because her fucking jaw! Her chin! Right? It's just like, oh, I'm at an angle. Okay, it's a side profile. Suck my dick. Right? But it's like, bruh, you have the ear, you have the eye, but we're not seeing that. It's the side of her face, man. It's super foreshortened. Ugh. So is it this? I don't know anymore. I actually, like, my brain is hurting trying to figure this out. I don't know if maybe I want to stick to this angle, or maybe do they have? It says more like this on Pinterest, right? Let's see if they have another one that's exactly like that. They do have another one, but nothing as subtle as. Oh, they do. They have another angle that's exactly as subtle as this. Let's see. Okay, maybe I'm just gonna spend my time right now just trying to figure out this angle, trying to really visualize it. I'm okay. I don't know. This is super difficult. This is very difficult, right? Cause it's so subtle. It has to be this. The more I look at it, it's just way more foreshortened. It's like this. That's the face. But the more I look at it, especially because of the angle from her ear to her eye, it's actually, no, that's wrong too. It's like this. Again, I'm gonna do this forever, bro. I just really want to figure this out because right now, even if I don't do the entire mental schema thing, like, this is really important just to understand what I'm looking at, you know? So it's like this. Like, this is the top, or this is the front plane. This is the side plane. Right? This is the angle. And I could be off, obviously. This is the side plane. Let's see what the fuck is going on. Is it this? It's a lot more foreshortened, I swear. Her head has to be tilted up. Like, it has to be. I see no other way of it not being tilted up. But I'm, again, like, this is beautiful because I know I'm not drawing right now, but I'm literally analyzing the fuck out of her face to understand what perspective that's in, so I can actually understand how to put the sphere inside of it, right? How to put the center lines inside of it, how to put, like, all that shit, right? Like, the fucking planes, the cross axis, all that stuff. Like, this is actually very important. Genuinely, it's very important. And obviously, I just have shit fucking nothing but this paper, which I've already been bastardizing, but, like, this is really important. This is really, really important. So, I'm just trying to figure it out. I think the front plane is super, super, super foreshortened. Like, it's this. And I know I've been drawing the same thing over and over, but that's how you fucking learn, right? Like, that's literally how. Oh, and this is actually angled up like that, right? No, it's straight. It's just straight. And then we have this. This is the ear angle, right? And then we have, because again, like, I just have to ignore her jaw. We just have to ignore her jaw for the time being. Or, like, in general, because that shit's not gonna help. Now we got something like that. You know what I think this is? I think the front plane is 1 point perspective, and then the side plane is converging. So is it like, it's just a fucking box like this, and then we got the side. Yeah, there you fucking go. What the fuck? That's literally it. Yeah, and then we got the sphere. There you go. And then we got the center, right? And then you got the center plane inside of that. There you go. There. Okay. Okay, so I do want to. Okay, this. I know I'm doing interleaving and all that shit, but I really just for this one, just for this particular angle, because I have not practiced it. Actually, no. There's another angle. That's exactly like this, and I'm gonna utilize that. But the other angle is like that person's face is not as subtle. You know what? We'll just keep doing these side angles. We'll just keep practicing these side angles, whether it's top, from the bottom, or whatever, because clearly I'm struggling with this now. Because now the nuance and the subtlety of having the front face be foreshortened is something I do not understand. Therefore, I must practice it more and more and more until I do understand it. So, like, I'm in extreme discomfort right now. Like, this was a good session. Maybe I didn't get to, like, think as hard as I wanted to, and, like, maybe I didn't get to see as much as I wanted to, but this is also a reality of some sessions. Like, I do feel uncomfortable because I didn't just get to go straight into, like, visualize, because I didn't even know what to visualize. I can't even comprehend what I was breaking down. But this is really important because, like, this ended up becoming a lot more of, like, it became kind of like a breakthrough moment for me in a sense, right? So, and I still could be wrong. I want to be very clear. I'm just pausing because I'm looking at the reference still. But no, this was great. This is great. This is like, this is also gonna just help me understand and break down my logic, right? Like, just break down the fucking logic of what I'm looking at right now. When I'm looking at her face, I'm trying to visualize this entire form wrapping to see what it actually looks like, right? And it seems, bless me, that. Actually, no, I think the front of her face is foreshortened. Fuck me, bro. Okay, so I might draw her again next session, like her reference face, to, like, get it down, because obviously I didn't get that down properly. Or I might just do it, like, because Pinterest says shit, like, more like this, right? And then it basically is giving me the same angle, or same type of, like, side profile, but in different perspectives, right? Different angle shifts, different person, obviously. So I might do that, but either way, this is obviously, like, a nuance I can zone in as well. Like, have, like, I've been doing a lot more extreme angles, now I can do a lot more subtle angles, and then more extreme. The point is, like, keep changing, keep forcing my brain to adapt. I'm probably going to change the angle or change the person that I'm looking at purely because that's how interleaving is going to benefit me. Is like, when I'm I'm because I can't rely on the fact that I already know this or I had this to rely on, right? When I'm drawing it next time. So I need a new face, which is very similar, which forces my brain to reconstruct yet again. So yeah, that's exactly how interleaving works. Just forcing you to re-understand it in a different, nuanced manner, or just in a different manner from a different, fresh approach, whatever the fuck, right? At least I can say that the centering here, I've gotten better. You can see, like, apart from this wraparound, it doesn't look like it's wrapping from the side anymore. It's actually starting to look like it's wrapping around. So definitely, even from a completely different angle, it's getting better. Definitely getting better. So I hope you put a lot of effort in, right? Hope you drew along. Hope you genuinely just tried your best. Whatever I fucking bitched about, whether it inspired you or annoyed you, I hope you stayed and kept giving me that good retention. And with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money.